Hey, I nigga was mine. Nigga got so damn busy today. Yeah, I started to just cancel this shit altogether, but I said fuck it. Hey, I ain't even make it to the house yet. Shit, y'all should show some nigga love for that. I ain't even make it. I'm in my car right now. Shit, I was like, man, nigga so damn late, but let's just stop and just do the shit. Oh shit, I ain't even got my slides up. I'm super lucky. I ain't got no mic. I ain't got shit. Mine said I turned the nigga night though. That's crazy. Ah shit, I'm on the wrong slide. Hold up. Ah, that's the wrong one too. Hold up. There we go. Nigga, I thought my phone gave me a late ass notification. So time nigga just said fuck it. Hey, yeah, I definitely got y'all late. What you mean why every day? Hey Takara, I definitely read what you sent to. I gotta figure out how to meddle with those futures and stuff to see if we can get rid of this nigga. Just keep on doing that shit. Put taboo words like apologize and see where that stop is at. But what I'm wondering is if that is the Jew, who the hell sent this nigga? Might say China. Why would China do that shit though? All right, Kenny. Since you the first one to engage, and let's go ahead and get started. Early predictions. So far, I think we don't got what at least two exclusive clips, and one of them we see that Che is coming back. There'll be another one we see that we're gonna see JP. Now I don't know about y'all. I saw it on No Label Labels channel, and he said he's not 100% sure if that's episode 4 with JP, but pretty much he think it is. And like it looked like, according to what he said, I was right. He gonna be up out of here episode 4. They gonna show his ass and get rid of his ass. What's up, Demarcus? So you think he gonna get taken out by King Kilo's people? I don't know why. I'm still betting on the Asian dude. Hey, you might be right. Marshall was a soul snatcher. He won't be on the losing end. Man, hold on though. Let me test something out. See if we get these. We can get rid of these apologies real quick. Gotta figure. Hold on, cause there's a way that you can. There is a way that you can go and target like certain words. I've seen that shit before. There you go. Hey, I may have stopped his ass. How many bodies you think we going to get next episode? And I got to start the last season of Bel Air. Hey, speaking of Bel Air, I definitely got to get. What the hell is this? Who the hell is the Easy Lum fan page? Who the hell is that? What the fuck is going on here, bro? But anyways, yeah, I gotta watch Bel Air. I actually forgot that the shit started yesterday, or I would have tried to watch it. But yeah, Big Bertha the pig symbolized the furnace in raising Canaan to get rid of the evidence. I wonder if Miguel fed Chi's son Armando to a pig. Mm, that's a wild but very interesting theory and prediction, boy. But I do agree it could be what's being used to get rid of evidence and shit like that. But yeah, a pig can eat a human. I don't know why folks be thinking that pigs don't eat, but a pig will eat anything that can fit in his mouth. I tell folks this all the time. If you sit there long enough and just sit there, a pig will eat you. Absolutely. That's the reason why it tells you not to eat swine because it's a filthy animal that literally will eat anything. Well, I'm not telling you not to eat it, but I'm just telling you that's why they tell you not to eat it. Hey, I don't know, bro. I don't think he'll bite because he's switching it up now. I don't think this nigga a bite. This nigga a real troll. What's up, Hetty? So here's something. I'm almost certain that Maria is pregnant, right? Pretty much the signs was there last episode. Do y'all think they're gonna reveal that she's pregnant this episode coming up? Hey y'all, let me know something real quick. Can you type the word apology? Well, apologize in the chat right now. You said they may not reveal it till she's dead. Now, I think they're gonna actually let us know. Even if Tommy don't find out, they gonna let us know, the viewers. Okay, so closer to when they team up. You know, I think we closer to that than we. Damn, so you can't say apologize. This motherfucker. Hold up. Damn, they say. I don't know. I thought I just banned that damn word. Yeah, now just blocks apologize and sorry. Maybe so. I don't know. Now I'm not taking his side. My thing is, we be telling you when we be trying to be serious to stop doing that shit, and you keep doing it. So technically, you bullying me on my own stream. That might be it, Takara. The moderators can say that shit, but others can't. Hold on, hold on. Kenny not a moderator yet, even though he slick should be. Can you say apologize? Let me know. I also think that's D Mac on the bike shooting at whoever in the next episode since he's back in CBI. Could be, but we seen a lot of motherfuckers on these damn bikes now. But yeah, something else I was gonna bring up. It seems like that the fallout between that nigga changed the damn spelling. That is crazy. That is hey, you got it, my boy. You got it. I ain't gonna even fuck with you. Hey, that is crazy as hell, bro. Hey, the man hilarious, bro. You know what, Michael? You good with me, bro. But I ain't gonna lie. I'm at least get one good laugh out of your ass once per straight. Cause that shit is crazy. Oh shit, the man spelled the shit with an I. You right. You damn right. That's exactly what he said. That's why the shit was so funny. What's up, CG? Okay, so yeah, moderators can say it, but regular people can't. That's what's going on. That is crazy as hell. This nigga is funny. But yeah, back to what I was saying, bro. I think the fallout between Diamond and Tommy is happening this episode coming up. Because think about this. I don't know if y'all seen the clip yet, but there was a clip that came out where Tommy is talking to D Mac. And it says, basically it's the part when he's saying he's ready to baptize him into the game. And then D Mac says, so wait, you talking about I'm about to be your number two? And then Tommy's like, yeah. So why else would he be looking for a number two if Diamond is still on his side? Also, we also gonna get the part where we hear Vic says talking to whoever it was, and then he said nobody's working with Tommy, and then whoever the guy is responding and say no, he's a lone wolf. So yeah, it's coming. Yep. So now it's about to be Tommy and D Mac versus CBI. It looks like that's what's about to happen. So whatever it is, and we also getting JP this next episode. So it's definitely about to heat up this next episode. The name of it is Time to See the King. Now, like I said, a lot of people are speculating, including myself, that it's probably referring to King Kilo, but we don't exactly know about that. But perhaps it is, and perhaps it's not because it could be talking about Chi. It could be talking about the release of Roberto Ortega. Like it could be talking about a couple of things. Or who knows? Maybe your boy JP's the king they talking about. Maybe he gonna show up and show us something that we never thought we would see out of him. I think he's still gonna get his ass murked out of here, regardless. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. It seems like what a couple of us speculated is the truth too. It's gonna be Jannard who takes out JP. Yeah, JP out next episode, bro. I think I nailed it. Exactly what episode I thought it was gonna be. I said three, maybe. I kind of was leaning towards three in episode before episode one landed. Then I said, you know what? I think I'm leaning more towards it's four, and I think that's gonna be right. It's gonna be episode four. He's out this episode coming. Now, how exactly it's gonna happen? I got a couple of theories about it. Jannard could tell Miguel that Tommy unalive Mateo, and Marquez cartel eliminate Chavo because of Tommy decision. This could cause Che to dismiss Tommy because he is creating a war. So, DeMarcus, let me ask you this: if let's just say what you said is the truth, that dude turned out to be true. What would you think Tommy's next move? Obviously, we know eventually Tariq is gonna get involved. Some of us believe that he isn't. Like Ronald don't think he is, but he's definitely coming. But I don't think it's gonna happen immediately. So the question is, who is gonna be Tommy's gonna have to find some kind of replacement to be able to survive, right? Or perhaps maybe that's the reason why he reached out to Tariq, because he needs a pipeline. He needs somebody, another supplier. And now, Tariq got a international supplier that's pretty much bigger than what Tommy has. Who you referring to here? You say I think that was Bobby. Oh, you talking about who he's on the phone with? I think I got you. Who Vic was on the phone with? I think there's more to LG than they're letting on. Yeah, yeah. I recall you saying that. You said my ding. Let me see. Let me see if I missed something else. Okay, yeah, I definitely missed a lot. Let me look. God damn, I missed a whole lot. Hey, CG, I'm definitely gonna look at all this, but it's kind of a lie. I ain't got enough time to do all of this right now. But this looked like some good information just by me glancing through it, and I'm probably gonna make a good ass video out of it. Appreciate you, like always. Yeah, I think I only had D Mac on my side. I would call Tariq too. Right. Gabriel Ortega could eliminate JP because Tommy eliminated Luis Ortega. So let me go with that. Let's go with that. Let's just say what you saying is true, DeMarcus, or let's just say that it actually do turn out to be Jannard. Either way, next question would be, what is Claudia's next move? Like she said, she got one more card to play in the trailer. What is the card that she has left to play if one of those two turns out to be the ones who take out JP? You said JP was in New York with Kate. I think that's very possible now, because it did look like we seen Kate showing back up, and it looks like she was crying, hugging Tommy from like she kind of hugged him from the back. So maybe JP was already gone during that particular time. Not exactly sure. Or maybe he gets killed. No, it can't happen like that. But yeah, I think it. You know, hopefully they ain't building D Mac up just to tear him away from us in episode 9. I ain't gonna lie though. Although I wouldn't want to see that, I think that would turn out to be damn good. This is the most hilarious name for a show ever. I appreciate that. Yeah, JP out episode 5, I think. And yeah, to Jannard. So you think it's gonna be 5? 5 is the absolute latest he could possibly make it. He might make it to 5, but I predicted 4, so I'm gonna just stick with 4. But one thing for certain, he ain't making it past 5. If JP died in episode 4 or 5, what about Tommy going back to New York? Well, obviously he still has to go to back to New York for something. He has to go back to New York for the Tasha situation. So that would make more sense for me. Dang, this is kind of crazy, right? This is kind of crazy because he still has to go back to New York. But if JP dies right now, I think y'all might be right. Maybe it is episode 5-ish or something that he dies. Because I had to think about the timelines. Um, Even if Tommy really wanted to take out Tasha, he ain't gonna leave New York if his brother just got killed. Also, when he was in New York, he told Tasha that he got a brother, and he didn't mention anything about it being dead. And he also said, if my family's safe from you, he spoke as in, he's still alive. So he has to go to New York and come back before anything. But like I've been saying, I think it's possible he may die. JP might die while Tommy is in New York. Yeah, I saw that clip already, Hazy. I'm an asshole. I might take your hoe, so don't don't bring your hoe in my presence. Graveyard by President Zombie Bros. Give me neck and shit. Yeah, I see you got your bars digged off about. Tommy will eliminate King Kilo to clean up D-Mac mess for eliminating Mad Dog. I think that's very possible. Miguel is going to supply Tommy. Why so? They must gotta get cool or some shit like that before that happened because he gonna separate from CBI next episode. You said you sent $100 to who? Claudia gonna play the snitch card. So that's her card, the snitch. Okay, so since she gonna be playing the snitch card, who is she snitching out? JP gonna die from AIDS. Damn, nigga. Claudia will tell Chin Chi Chan that JP is Tommy's brother to come back to Marquez cartel. See how I see it happening, bro. I think when JP die, like it's gonna be bad, bro. Like they gonna torture this nigga. That's how I think it's gonna happen. Like they gonna really do this nigga dirty, and that could be how it gonna bring Tommy to his knees when he see how bad they tortured him. And then that would make more sense also for them to say, you know what I'm saying, for them to say that for Kate Egan to be saying make them suffer. She would want them to suffer because she see that, how bad they did JP. Appreciate the subscribe, Hardaway. That would be a huge flop if he don't go to New York before JP gets out. You're right. They're gonna have to explain to do. Welcome, my glad nigga. I feel you. JP died the same night that Tommy told Tasha that he had him. I believe so. I believe so, bro. I think that's exactly how that shit gonna play out. He gonna be in New York telling Kate he got a brother, not knowing he ain't got one no more. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, when Tommy told Reek that Reek beef with Monet wasn't his war, that means he was speaking of on his war with Ortega or his war with CBI. Perhaps if the previews are accurate, Jannard pulling the trigger next to King Kilo, while Tommy drops the phone on the floor at Shanti's boxing jam. So after New York. Hold up. So I think he might be I think he might my bad. He might be in New York. You know what I'm saying? After that. He maybe but you said yeah. So you're saying Jannard is inside of Shanti's boxing gym when he pulls the trigger with King Kilo. Yeah. And I think Tommy is probably gonna be in New York when that happens. Hey, Kitty said that dumbass shit. Somebody said to get Ace from Drew. JP gets down there be fucked up. But I doubt that happened. Cause I don't think Jannard Miguel's gonna have anything to do with that. Wonder if Che finds out Miguel out here cutting side deals like he G Money from New Jack City. No Label to Label had some preview clips of Jannard pulling the trigger. Tommy was at Shanti's jam while Jannard took the shot. Oh shit. Well, I got to go back and see that clip, CG, because I'm trying to remember. Do I recall seeing that? D Mac ain't gonna kill his daddy, but they don't did way too much of that shit. My bad, yeah, I ain't freeze. I was reading something. Damn, there's a lot of comments while I was reading something too. God damn. Janana King Kilo had a victim in some random basement or something. They had Tommy on the other end of the line. Tommy was at Shanti's jam when they pulled the trigger. Okay, so this is interesting. You think maybe Shanti could be on Tommy's side when this goes down, possibly? But she's it's actually a deeper plan. She's gonna use that to make it seem like she had nothing to do with it, but and ends up becoming friends with Tommy, and then later on betray him herself. Claudia would be the one to unalive Showstopper if she doesn't make it. I agree with that 100%. You know you can block him, right? Can't time. I can't time him out. Yeah, I can block the nigga, but he just gonna come back with another damn account. Always controls things. Marshall got 3 episodes left at most. I don't even think he got that many. That nigga got 2 episodes at the most. Marshall will survive this season just like B Willa did. No, that nigga not. Got it. Okay, CG. Yeah, I definitely can see that shit happening. But anyways, though, yeah, I do think that that's pretty good for what's your beef with Marshall. I ain't got no beef with him. I just think that nigga dead. I actually ain't got nothing against him, to be honest with you. That might say be my day. This nigga's funny. I agree, but that nigga be trolling too bad. Claudia is tougher than Tariq in prison. Well, we don't really know. Tariq ain't been in prison. I mean, when he was in a holding cell. Holding cell and prison ain't the same thing. But anyways, though, let's go ahead and head to this next topic. We are now touching on the Origins timeline. Because as we know, Origins has had we've seen that it seems as if they're starting the very first episode in the year of 2002. Now, this has caused a lot of different speculations and predictions on whether they're going to show certain things, whether they're going to be doing flashbacks, time skips, all kinds of things like that. But with it being starting in 2002, what is it? Where exactly do you think they're going with what direction do you think they're going with starting it in 2002? Because many of us, including myself, believes that there's no way they can cover Breeze's full story in just one season of Raising Canaan. And then also that would leave, if you start in 2002, that means you wouldn't see the you wouldn't see when Ghost met Angela, you wouldn't see when he met Tasha. You let's see, what else would be we miss? It's a lot of things that we miss. We would miss the death of Breeze, unless they rush it and put it in season 5. We would miss the death of Ghost's father. We would miss shit. We would miss when Tommy and Ghost himself. Well, not actually. They possibly could do when Tommy and Ghost met in Raising Canaan. Oh shit. Claudia understands what it means to get revenge. Tariq don't and just forgives. That is true. We didn't see Tommy in jail either, but nobody brings that up. Only Tariq. Yeah, that's true. Tommy was only there for what, 1 or 2 days. Bree, well, according to the original timeline, Bree should be dead by 2000, unless they change it. Yes, he should be already gone. Yeah, a lot of this shit not making sense. I could take a swing at it if ain't nobody else got too much more to say. His mind is crazy. Has to be a fast forward scene and then spend the show leading up to what happened. Yeah, that's what I think it is. Yeah, I think they started in 2002, and then later they be like, um, "This is how This is how wonder how I got here. This is how it started." Type shit, and then they go back, shows shows Ghost and Tommy younger, probably when they was kids, and they probably gonna be going back and forward. That's what I think. That's why I hope that way they can still tell the other stories. 3 wasn't in a holding cell with a orange jumpsuit. Actually, you can be in holding cell with one of them motherfuckers. Well, I don't know about orange. Blue for sure. Let me think about. Yeah, Brad, let me get this nigga up out of here. Origins could start with a flashback of Ghost and Tommy meeting, then jump to its current timeline. How Raising Kanan started with Kanan getting punked in the park. Yep. Do you have any tips for being a YouTuber? I would say it depends on what your niche is. Only thing is, if Spence Moore is cast as the star, then flashbacks means he would hardly be in it. Yeah, that's why I was. I thought about that. They got to find a way to incorporate it that he's still, the star basically, and still tell the story as well. This is going to be very, very interesting to see how they do this. Because I mean, I just find it to be really crazy for them to let Breeze live all the way until Ghost is 22, because that's the age he would be basically if you know you're in 2002. And then it also would be very interesting if they just say, fuck it, we're not going to show them Breeze death. That would be the biggest disappointment. Like, I can deal with them deciding to make Breeze last longer. That's cool. But you can't have this, you can't just not show that nigga out there. I would say maybe the scene in Ghost is Ghost setting up Kanan, but I don't think that matches the timeline wise. Yeah, he should be setting up Kanan around 2005. But unless they change it a bit, yeah, that timeline definitely not adding up. 2002 is around the time Tariq and Raina should be born. Be shit and yeah, I definitely got his ass up out of here. But unfortunately, I see that he's back. If you chill, bro, and not harass people, bro, I ain't got no problem with you. You can say whatever you want theory wise. You can say your theory is that Kate Egan is gonna be the person who messed around and helped go set up Breeze. I'll let you entertain that, but just don't come in here trying to troll the fuck out of people with this crazy shit you be doing. Feels like they fucking up the Breeze character. Niggas should have stayed a myth. I thought he was Powers King Von. Hey, he still might be. We gotta see. I'm not gonna say I'm worried, but I am curious. They definitely got me wondering how they're gonna do it. I just think they done gained enough respect and from me that I believe they can pull it off, even if it's seeming a little different, off. No Mecca in Origins. I mean, I don't see a reason for you know Mecca to be in Origins, in my opinion, because his storyline. I mean, I guess it depends on how far they go with it. Like if they go as far as saying, as far as him when he makes it to Lobos, then perhaps because he the one that set up Lobos. So I guess that could possibly, but I don't even think I don't. I just don't see a real reason significantly for them to put him in there. Because if he doesn't show up in Origins, then his character was just useless altogether. All these people know Ghost and Tommy, but we not even gonna see it. I doubt they show Mecha meeting Lobos. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna show Mecha, bro. I just think he was a placement character that they had in there temporarily to just to move the storyline a little bit. But I think they also, use it because just the mention of Ghost is gonna get the fans going. Like, oh shit, how did he know? How did he know that about Ghost? How did he know that? It's gonna make you think, oh, Ghost must be alive, even if he ain't. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna make the fans think that he is, so it's gonna make you continue to watch. Jukebox could give Kanan that scar on his neck, and young Ghost and Tommy saved Kanan's life. This is why Tommy called Jukebox a crazy. This is why Duke leave Queens. What's up, Ollie? I've had enough about this damn scar. Okay, to that. Let that shit be in episode 1 of season 5, please. People will hit the hit button when snitch stop snitching. Yeah, but getting the fans going just for it to be useless is ass. They're gonna make people stop watching. I might can agree with that, but I think that's what they were doing. I wonder how many seasons we're gonna get of Origins, maybe 3. That's my guess. If it continued the 18 episode story trend thing, yeah, I'm gonna say 3. 4 at the most. Anyway, though, I'm about to go ahead and move on to the baptizement of your boy D Mac. Let's go on and go to this baptism. Shit, hold up. The baptism. I said the baptism. There we go. So it seems as if this next episode Tommy is going to be baptizing D-Mac into the game. And that means, like I kind of touched on earlier, that Tommy and Diamond are no longer partners. And this is the thing. Think about this. If Tommy and this is kind of crazy. So if Tommy and Diamond are no longer partners, um, maybe then hold up. It's kind of crazy. It making me think. Like I'm really starting to think. Like, because I want to say that the events that took place between season 4, the timeline didn't move very much at all. Because keep in mind, Tommy was in New York just episode 10, according to book two's timeline, right? So let's just say episode 10 of season 3 and episode 10 of season 4 of Ghost are only, let's say, wait, did they do a time jump at the end of book 2? I'm trying to remember that. If Legacy doesn't get 18 episodes, I'm crashing out. They probably going to give us 18 episodes per season to get around cutting shows short by minimizing price increases with renegotiating contracts each season. Yeah, I think so too. No one would watch the boy content. I don't know why they jumping on that bad like that. D Mac already been in that water. I doubt Legacy gets 18 episodes. Tommy and Tariq gonna get paid too much probably. The only person that would view support video would be Sassy King, Steve H. Yeah, they wilding out these comments, bro, and it's almost like a routine thing now. And moving like Prime Shield versus support is definitely retained. I was gone for weeks and came back, and it's still a thing from season 4 of Raising Katie. All this trolling and name calling every day is weak. A real man gonna step in the middle of the streets and sort out his differences. He not gonna troll every day online like a scary ass bitch. Ooh. Well, I try to just ignore it, let them just go at it. But I mean, Tommy is to crash out. What ways can he tame D Mac? It's in their blood. Hey, and I think he gonna realize that. Plus, he gonna know that he needs his help. So he gonna have one nephew helping him, and then he gonna reach out to the next one. But this is the thing. What I was getting ready to say before I ended up getting that message. My bad, y'all. Was the timelines? I was asking a question if anybody knows the answer to this. Did they do a time skip at the end of Ghost season 4? Now, I could go and look, but it's gonna take a little while. So if somebody could just tell me if they know, that'd be great. The reason why I'm asking because if there wasn't a time jump, then that I think it could be safe to say that possibly the events that happened in the finale of season 3 and the finale of season 4 could maybe just be a month at most apart, but possibly just weeks. And with that being said, that means the ongoing war that Tommy's having in Chicago basically was still kind of fresh. So once he goes back, finds out about JP, you know, and then shit gets even worse, he finally decides, you know what, I need to reach out to Tariq because we ain't got no product. I mean, I could see that being a thing, but I don't know. So it's no time skip. I didn't think it was, but I was trying to be sure and make sure I didn't forget nothing. But the credits cut scene that Tariq picks up the phone. Yeah. So so I'm thinking that, the shit, all of that time between, season 3 and 4 is a very short time span. So Tommy, once he goes back to New York, he finds out about the situation with JP, and then they're gonna need a army plus, a supplier, and the only one that Tommy knows that could possibly give him that in the short term, a short time span is Tariq. So he reaches out to him. Tariq comes and help him dismantle the ugly ass niggas in Chicago. Then, but this is the thing. Why? The only way I could see him letting Chicago go if he passed it down to somebody else. I mean, I think D Mac is a little too young and inexperienced for him to let him run it. And I heard a couple of people say Miguel, but I think Miguel is gonna die. That's just my opinion. So I can't see it being him either. You say it's winter in all the timelines. Not really, because if you pay attention, it's rarely ever snowing, so it's not winter. It's more so. You ask me, it seemed like it'd be summer. Because I mean, they in New York, they definitely would be, getting snow if it's winter time. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not a New Yorker, but I mean, I know New York gets cold as shit, and they do have snowstorms. Someone said Joseph Sakara was sighted with a beard last year during the forced filming period. Not sure if true or not. I did hear that. Would imply episode 10 is a time skip. I absolutely did hear that. Never seen Breaking Bad, so I wouldn't be able to relate. Yeah, it'd be like fallish, I would say. It don't be winter though. So you think he grew the beard for another part? You talking about a part? You talking about like another TV show or movie? Okay, gotcha. Bro, all right, y'all. The man said he gone. Chill, bro. Shit. But so to finish this off with the baptism of D Mac, my bad. Um, what do y'all think because more than likely if he's gonna be letting D Mac into the game, he's gonna need him to work with him. So what go ahead and make predictions now. What would be the first mission that D Mac and Tommy will complete together. And I'm gonna tell you this: I don't think it's gonna be Avenging JP. I'll go ahead and give y'all that because when we seen the video of him saying, I'm gonna be your number two, he looked a little happy. He wouldn't be happy if they got a revenge, avenge his father. So I don't think that's what it is. I think it's maybe he just outmanned and he needs some kind of manpower or someone he can trust by his side or some shit like that. You talking about the video with Tommy speaking to D Mac? Yeah, let me hold up.
Is anyone working with Tommy? No, he's a lone wolf now. It's time for you to be baptized into this life. Like, be your number two? Yeah.
So that's pretty much the whole clip right there. But yeah, you see, he's telling him there go the baptism. Then he's like, "Be your number two," and he's like, "Yeah." They seem excited. You feel me? It don't seem like no, sad moment that somebody's dead. So I need you, D Mac, to help me avenge your father. It's a. It seems like this a promotion to you. You the only one I can trust. You proved yourself to me, and basically, I see kind of like how Tasha was with Tariq. I see that you're not gonna stop regardless. So I might as well mentor you so that I can make sure I'm there to watch over you and shit like that. So that's what it seems like here. It don't seem like it's death that has occurred yet, but eventually, you know, we will get to that. But we also know that JP is going to be in this episode because he's going to have a conversation with D Mac, and D Mac is kind of going to be brushing him off, like, "Look, hurry up and tell me what you need to tell me," or something like that. And then later, he's going to hug him and stuff like that, let him know I always be there for you, shit like that. But the question is, and we might as well go ahead and go to the final topic, which is the death of JP. What is it that JP could have gotten himself into that makes him, you know, ends up getting killed? Cause it don't seem like D Mac has gotten kidnapped or anything like that. Could it be a situation where he finds out that Jannard and them is putting him? I'm gonna make a quick little wild prediction right now, y'all. I think You say is JP sick? Nah, I think that nigga's gonna get murdered. So this is what I think is gonna happen. Cause we seen a clip of um JP trying to speak with D Mac, but D Mac wasn't hearing him. We also know that that JP isn't a fan of D Mac being in the game. You know, he he still refers to him as Darnell, right? So I think after having that brief conversation that he had with D Mac, and he sees how far gone he is, he's going to go and find out who is it that's affiliating him with that life, and he's going to narrow it down to CBI. And once he narrows that down to CBI, you know, he's going to show up and approach. I think he might try to approach um, Jannard and CBI, Diamond, Jannard, and I believe King Kilo, Time to See the King is the name of the episode, will also be there. And I think they're going to absolutely torture the fuck out of JP and murder him and leave his body somewhere that Tommy and them could find it. And maybe, like, or because CG just, I remember CG said that it was a clip. I don't recall seeing this clip, but CG's credible, so I believe it did happen. That Jannard had somebody, on with a gun towards him, and he shot him while the was on the phone, and he dropped the phone. So there had to have been JP. So what I'm thinking is happening is JP showed up, tried to defend D-Mac, and it went all the way left. They tortured the fuck out of him, and then you know they then put him out of his misery right in front of Tommy. Very similar to, for all my Snowfall fans, if you remember, very similar to how Franklin did Teddy's dad. He called him on the phone and let him listen to him basically choke over his blood as he slit his throat. So that's what I think is going to happen to JP next episode. D-Mac will have to flip Marshall against CBI. You know what? I think they're going to approach Marshall. Speaking of Marshall, I got a new prediction for Marshall too. I'm going to make individual videos for these as well. But speaking of which, I think Marshall is going to, I think it's pretty safe to say that Marshall is loyal to D-Mac, and they're going to tell, I believe that time, remember I told y'all I'm waiting on that scene with Marshall walking with CBI. You could see, you know what I'm saying? You could see Diamond walking and Marshall is with them. Perhaps the time where Jannard is talking to whoever he's talking to, and he's saying it's time to pick a side and pick it the right the fuck now. He could be talking to Marshall, because Marshall is CBI, but he's also best friends with D-Mac, who is now against them because he's riding with his uncle Tommy, right? So they're gonna force Marshall to pick a side. Marshall is gonna pick D-Mac, and they gonna end his ass right there. That's what I think is his fate. Look, Michael, this man already apologized for that. I even said on behalf of the show that he was wrong. I told you that, and I told DeMarcus that he was wrong for blocking somebody for having an opinion. I told him not to do that anymore. If anybody has an opinion, even if we think it's a crazy one, Let them say they step. I already don't settle that. The fact that you can't let it go, bruh, it's you. Y'all gotta let that shit go. So basically, he's going out like Ghost Dad did, kind of. Yeah, yep, similar like Ghost Dad, and then also similar to Raina, because Raina tried to defend Tariq and got popped. So yeah, it's gonna be something like that. Miguel should feed JP body to the big to the pig. Yeah, he gonna ride for D Mac for sure, and I think that's gonna be the death of him. I know. I also said that I believe the agent's gonna get to him, but hey, that actually makes a good story. Now that I'm really sitting here thinking about it, I think that makes the most sense because he's CBI. They're not gonna let somebody, be a CBI member that's basically best friends with their enemy. It actually makes sense on their behalf. So I think that would make the most sense for, them to take him out. Oh, CG, you said you sent the clip. Which clip are you referring to? Tommy would take out Rashawn Tom like Kanan did Brock and yeah, we saw that in the previews. So hold on. So he's saying we also hear that he's saying, then I'll make you king, right? So who is the king? What territory is that? Do you know what territory Rashawn is affiliated with? Do you think they actually show us Tommy going to New York or just mention it off screen? Man, that's a good question, bro. I would love to say that they're gonna actually show him go there, but it's kind of starting to make a little bit more sense that he don't. That they don't show him, but it would make it would be better for us as the viewers to see him actually physically going there. Cause I don't know. I kind of want, like I said, I've been saying that I think he's gonna actually no, it can't be. So I don't know, bro. I'll be honest with you, these writers actually doing a pretty good job with this because I'm not able to just figure this out easily like some of the other ones. Will there be a break after this week? I would say so. Cause I think episode 5 is gonna be big. So they might take that break. Or, you know, maybe not. And they wait to episode 8. Cause I mean JP's character is big, but it's not huge. Maybe they got an even bigger one that's gonna fall in like a episode 8 or 9. Got you. I'm about to go look at that right now. I'm about to go look at it right now. CG. Might Matter of fact, I'm gonna save it so that I can pull it up for everybody. But I actually never seen this. At least I don't think I have it. Oh, I did see this. Yep, pretty sure of it. Yeah, I can make a really good video out of this. Yeah, I think he calling Tariq end of episode 8. Then Reek arrives episode 9 when all the smoke getting laid down. Yeah, that makes the most sense. The break take place after 8, and that's when Tariq is getting ready. So he arrives in episode 9. I think that makes the most sense. Michael, who am I defending? But for those of y'all that want to see that clip real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and share it. So as you can see, this is your boy Jannard. Next to him is Hideous Kilo. He takes the shot. Tommy on the phone. He falls to his knees. And then you see D Mac. Looks like he's upset and, down about something with the gun in hand. So I think it's fair to say this is after the death of JP. Yeah, I watched Bel Air. I haven't watched the new season, the episode that just came out for the new season, but I do watch it. I plan on going ahead and catching it up and trying to incorporate that into the channel as well. Michael, they ban and block you for a reason. It's not for no reason. They ban and block you because you keep doing what we asking you to stop doing. It's that simple. You playing a playing a victim right now, and you're not a victim. You disruptive as hell. And when folks finally block your ass after warning you, telling you to stop doing that shit, you complain and say they bullying you. Plus, I think that episode 8 timing lines up with when Reek was in the Shy filming Forest and also recorded his acceptance speech for 2025 Power Awards. Yep. Damn, they dropped 3 episodes. Damn, I was thinking it's 2. So hold on, if they dropped 3 episodes, is it still only 8 episodes? You're telling me what they're gonna do? A 3-2-2, 3-2-2-1? I'm guessing. Retake some things for Forest? Probably not. I you know I'm gonna say no. But Bel Air, it seemed like they just did a straight copy and paste of Noma into their universe. Damn, that's crazy. 3-3-2. That's gonna be even worse, kind of. But I feel it. That look, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm not about to go back and forth with your ass. That's one thing I'm not about to do. But I absolutely did address them. DeMarcus was there when I did. I told support not to do this shit again. And I had like a little briefing and I told all moderators, no moderators blocking any moderators. And I said no blocking people for having their own opinion. So I absolutely did address that. If that's not enough for you, that's your problem, bro. Like I said, they blocking you because you keep doing this shit. The format would be 3-2-3. Really, it's interesting. They did do that shit last year, didn't it? Yeah, that's definitely Noma. When I was watching it watching, I thought if Noma didn't die, she would have went on a run and hid hid in Bel Air as Noma. Dude, under no circumstances am I making Michael a moderator after all this damn trolling this nigga doing. I gotta catch you in the I gotta catch you up in the comment section to make you a moderator because I don't know how to do that shit without it. It don't make sense to make him a moderator because then he gonna be able to troll religiously without anybody but me doing something about it, and that shit ain't about to happen. Your ass had a trash theory, and we told you that, and you started trolling and spamming the chat. That's when you started getting timed out. Now, but to be fair to Leah, to be fair, support timed him out for his theory. And like I said, I don't believe in timing folks out because even though the theory was trash. Now you're right about that. But what I'm saying is people may think some of the ones I come up with is trash. So we all entitled to our own opinion. So I'll never block nobody for their opinion. But when you just deliberately creating chaos just because you want to, that's different. You got too many. You ain't lied though. Hey, so boy, you go. I mean, kid, you gonna have your hands full. Cause I'm telling you, we all done tapped out and got tired of that nigga. We coming back. I feel you on that though, blocking the subscribers. Yeah, he definitely did that shit for real though. He did that shit. Whatever Michael saying he did that shit. Hold up though. Trying to find you up in these damn comments, but shit. I'm trying to figure out how to do that shit right now because I don't even see where they let you do it at. It's crazy. I'm not too advanced with doing all this shit. I know how to type it up in there, but sometimes your names don't pop up. See, if support was in here, he know how to do that shit. Right there, I know how to do that shit. Shit weird. I don't know. Hold up. Let me try it this way. This I don't know. Oh shit, I don't found it. I made you a moderator because you a big supporter of the channel and stuff like that. Pretty much everybody that's consistent and always be in there, I pretty much upgraded them up to that. But Michael is basically bringing down the China, not bringing it up. So why would I make him a moderator? I mean, some of this shit he be doing, the trolling be funny. I ain't gonna lie, but like, bro, at some point when folks telling his ass to chill out and he keep doing the shit just annoying. Especially on Sundays when the shit is more serious. Hey Kenny, send a comment real quick. All right, so yeah, it's there now. Yeah, I'm actually undoing a lot of people that I don't like. If I ain't seen them do nothing, I'm undoing. Cool. All right, sorry about that little friendly break. That shit is crazy. All right, so to get back up into it, bro. Back into it. Death for, like I said, last time of Death for JP. You think when Miguel and Tommy team up, they also have the serves too. I think that would make sense because since he was with them, he's with them already. But how would they explain Tommy being a lone wolf? I mean, if he had the Serbs with him, they probably would have said, "Oh, the Serbs is with him." Shit, I think Kate gonna be devastated. Like, she gonna want, she gonna definitely want revenge. That's why she say Tommy make him suffer. That's where that line is gonna come from. She's gonna be when Tommy's going to avenge, JP. Wouldn't it be crazy though if they so happen to capture Jannard or whoever it is? Well, it's seeming like Jannard is our guy that's gonna do it. So what if they end up finding a way to capture Jannard and, Kate end up finishing his ass out? That'd be kind of crazy. She said about stuffing that shit up her nose. All right, Demarcus, bro, this stuff's starting to get really agitating now. Nobody on this channel trolls or do any of that shit more than Michael. Second would be you. Support says shit, bro, but he may say something here and there and let the shit go. Come on, bro. You know good damn well this shit's not the same. What would be undefeated? If Kate was to get it, you think Kate caught a body back in the day, like what, in her younger days or some shit? Because we ain't never seen her catch a body on screen before. Kate probably gave someone laced drugs back in the day. Yeah, back in the G when Ghost and Tommy were teens. You know, in reasonable doubt, how Little Jax tried to show her friends how to do lines with Candy. Well, Kate was probably showing Tommy how to do that. As crazy as that sound like some shit she'll do. But goddamn, can you let this shit go? Seriously, bro. Let this shit go. It is not that damn serious. Okay, the man timed you out or something like that. He apologized for the shit. I publicly said the shit didn't shouldn't have happened. That should have been the end of that shit. Damn, like seriously, bro. We are grown ass men. I'm probably younger than all than you are. I'm pretty sure I am. And like, bro, just take that shit and let it go. Like, it's not that serious, bro. They gotta shoot JP in his fedora cat. Before JP dies, do y'all think it would be one more family reunion with them all? Damn, that's a good little question. I'm gonna go with no. I'm gonna say that he dies on. I think Tommy and JP will have a good moment, but D Mac and him won't, and that's why it's gonna hurt D Mac that much more because his last memory of him is gonna be something, kind of foul of him, shooting him down because it kind of happened like that a little bit with Tariq. If you kind of pay attention, like Tariq was being pretty fucked up to Raina before she got killed. Like you remember, he was calling her a snitch. He pushed her down. You know, was ignoring her when she was trying to tell him stuff. Like he was kind of being an asshole to her. And I think it's gonna be the same shit with him. How is Claudia beating her murder charge against Walter? That's a 'cause she do got that charge on her too, huh? Only way I can see her beating that is if that recording become admissible some kind of way. Because they was able to find out about that due to Vic, you know, recording it. So that's the only way I could see it that could possibly happen. That is true. That's a good. I don't know how I said that, but you definitely right, Talia. We do see him hugging them and stuff like that. So yeah, maybe yeah. Let me change my answer. Talia just reminded me. Well, can we just get this shit settled? Because, like I said, I remember exactly when the shit happened. It was some months ago. I didn't even know DeMarcus was blocked. He reached out to me, and actually, my boy Nate, Nate Almighty, the other content creator, reached out to me and said, DeMarcus said he's blocked on your channel. That's when I went on my block list and noticed it and undid it. Figured out what the situation was, resolved it. But like, bruh, that shit was over 6 months ago, bruh. Like you acting like somebody fuck your girl or something right now. But I mean, I thought we recording was for the attempted murder of Vic. Now, but he also captured the recording of her admitting that she tried to kill she did have her father killed as well. He got both of them at the same time. What did janitor say when he jumped out in the closet? What? What is he talking about? He blocked you on this channel or another channel? Well, I mean, I can't control what he do on other channels, but he ain't doing it on this one. Yeah, it's fun to be 2026 dead this shit tonight. Just stop talking about the nigga. You can't move on because you talk about him every single stream. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The only way I can see her escaping that is the recording has to become admissible. Yeah, exactly. He had that on recording, and he also, if you remember at the end, he asked her, "When you got dad killed, was I supposed to, got killed as well?" And she went ahead and admitted it, and said, "Yeah." So he got both of them in the same recording. Shit. I didn't know, bro. On next Friday that Roach died until I don't know. It probably was like 5 years ago now, but like he died a long time ago, and I didn't know that shit happened. You're gonna have to ask to support that, bro. But I do know, one thing I do know is it been addressed, and I hope you can let that shit alone now, so that we can all get back to just vibing and talking about the show and stuff like that. And it's like Takari said, certain people that come in here ain't gonna be with this shit. They be like, damn, what the fuck is going on here? Like I can't even, you know, enjoy what's going on because these folks in here doing childish shit in the chat. It might run certain people off. Real shit. But also on the flip side, blocking people for their theories, that's actually blocking, you know, that's also blocking potential, subscribers and stuff like that that might be engaging that brings growth to the show. So we got to be mindful of that. The only way people should be blocked is if they trolling, disrespectful, and shit like that. Especially after you've been issued a warrant. I mean a warning, and then you continue to do it. But like I said, any fruit cup shit towards people and stuff like towards me, and what I mean by that is saying like, oh, yeah, y'all don't see some of that weird shit that's been said in this chat. It ain't no warning with that. You're about here first time when it comes to that shit. Because that's one shit I'm not about to play with. And then here's another thing. This could be a theory. I don't know what the hell's going on, but all I do know is my viewership used to be up way higher before all this excessive trolling started. Now I'm not necessarily saying that's what it is, but I do know for damn sure that used to be the case. I be trying to be cool. I didn't mention people's name every single night. Will Claudia and Vic reunite or are they over with? That's a good question too, Ali. In the beginning, I kind of thought that maybe they might, since they are siblings, eventually, put their differences aside and work together. But I will say this: if that do happen, Claudia probably will betray Vic in the end. You think Vic is gonna make it out, bro? Can you remind me that you said the first thing Tommy gonna do to baptize D Mac into the life? Uh, honestly, I don't even remember what I said. I'm not exactly sure what are you referring to. I ain't gonna lie, I definitely agree with what Kenny just said. Like this, let's try to dead this shit tonight, so we ain't got to deal with this shit no more. And that way, when folks come back in, they can just enjoy the dance scream and go on by their business. 2. Probably gonna end this one at 2.5, so probably got like 15 more minutes, and then I'm up out of here. All right, CG, my boy. So, all right. So, last thoughts on this death of JP situation. Any more theories, predictions? What episode? Things in that nature. And that's cool for you to like Michael's theories. I don't have an issue with Michael coming out with his theories, whether I think they crazy or not. That's never been an issue to me. But that excessive trolling, that is an issue. I absolutely agree with that, Ali. It's going to definitely bring them closer together, and Tommy's going to absolutely feel responsible to make sure D-Mac is good. He's going to take him in. Bro, I already don't say it, bro. I'm not going to say this again. I'm not making Michael a moderator. But yeah, that's definitely gonna make bring them in, closer for sure. Because he's gonna feel responsible for it, and then Kate is gonna feel some bad because that's the son that she actually abandoned. And then he ends up getting killed. So yeah, both of them are gonna. Yeah, I think more than likely the Harmon guy. I would have to say we're definitely gonna get to see him again. He's probably gonna be at the funeral because JP ass is up out of here. Mm. Like the leaks ruin the element of the surprise and cheapen the experience, but they are great for social media engagement to create buzz around the show, which is why they do it. Yeah, that's absolutely the truth. It's gonna definitely create buzz and high expectations and stuff like that. And then they create they monetize you know on YouTube and stuff like that from those type of engagements as well. So they kind of like doubling their profits when it comes to that shit. JP gets smoked while Tommy is in New York. Tommy telling Tasha about JP thinking he's still alive because he last saw him alive, which is why he was cool going to New York City. I kind of thought about that too. So, but let me ask you this, KJ. Did you see the clip where it looks like Jannard is shooting somebody, and we obviously you can't see who he's shooting, but the fact that King Kilo is there with them, you know, and Tommy is dropping the phone, looking real sad. Like, remember, Gary Lennon teased that a certain event will take place in this season that will bring Tommy to his knees. And in this clip, it absolutely looks like this event is bringing him to his knees. So, so you're saying that that's who Jannard is shooting right here in this clip instead of JP? I ain't forget about the Yardies. I remember they looked there, but I don't know if that's who Jannard's going to be taking out. If that's what you're speaking of, the leaks also creates more engagement. Cause let's go ahead and think about this real quick before I get up out of here. Remember when the leak first dropped about Unique allegedly being killed? A lot of us thought he was out of here. Some believed he wasn't, but a lot of us thought he was because we saw the leak of Ronnie beating his ass, and then later on we saw him looking like he was left for dead, and a lot of us thought that was the end of him. So we ended up, especially a lot of content creators like myself, we were creating a bunch of videos about it, and it's creating more buzz and helping more people discover the show. So it is also good for that. Now that DeMarcus, I don't. You said somebody's gonna have Jannard choked up. I don't think I remember that. Yeah, I told you it's gonna be Kung Lao that got Miguel choked up, and I think he's gonna kill him. I called that a long time ago, and I'm sticking to it. How do y'all see Vic's story ending? He should have been dead, but is still here. Um, like I said, I predicted Vic is gonna be out like an episode 8, possibly 9, but I'm going with 8, and he might die at the hands of his own sister. Somebody will have a knife at Jannard's throat. Is that at one of the teasers or something like that that they released very early? So, Diamond could eliminate Vic. Well, Diamond don't like him. They could that's also possible. It's in the early trailer with Jannard. Yeah, Force actually released a lot of them. So I don't remember all of them like that. Anyways, though, people, I'm about to go ahead and close this thing out. Might knock out a few of my individual videos and stuff like that. And I'm gonna try to watch Bel Air tonight so I can add it to it. Actually got a lot of shows to be watching. Shit. Still got Welcome to Dairy. Still got The Oval. But I'm gonna try to catch up on some of these shows, but for sure gonna start on Bel Air so that I can put it up in there. It's crazy. They released 3 goddamn episodes. That is crazy. But again, like always, appreciate everybody that stopped through and stuff like that. And now making this thing what it is. And I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. You say Dairy is good. I've been hearing. But anyways, until the next one, I'm gonna holler at y'all, good people.